Imagine building a program that keeps running until you say stop. That's exactly what JavaScript while loops do. The while loop runs a block of code as long as the condition is true. But you have to be careful because if the condition never becomes false, the while loop runs forever. Before we proceed to learning our while loop, I will be introducing you to things like number increment, strings method, and more. So normally when we have a variable of number and give it a value of maybe 5, come over here, then call our number variable. So when we save this, you're going to see 5. But if you should come down here and write number plus plus and save this, you're going to see 6. The plus plus is called an increment in JavaScript. What it does is to increase whatever the value is. So we have another one that is minus minus. So when I run this code, you're going to see 4. Then secondly, let's assume that I have something like my name, and let's assume that my name is Michael. If I come below it and say my name equal to maybe smart, I'm going to change this to my name and save this. You're going to see smart. You're not going to see Michael again. Reason is because Michael got overwritten when I reassigned the value of smart to my name. But if I should come over here and put a plus, you're going to see something like Michael smart. What we actually did is to add Michael to this smart. So that is the power of adding plus equal to. Then the last thing I want you to have in mind is what is called a string method. Let me write Michael in small letters. So I will come just after the Michael and click dot. Then you see lots of string methods. There are lots of them that you can choose. Now let's assume I want to make Michael to be in capital letter. I can actually come over here and select to uppercase. Then I'll have to end it with parentheses. So immediately I save this, Michael is going to be in capital letter. So you don't need to practically write this in capital letter. But the one I want us to focus on is the length method. So normally when I save this, you see Michael. But if I come over here and say dot length without having to add any parentheses and save this, you're going to see 7. The length method actually checks the number of characters that our string has. So meaning that Michael has 7 characters. So I want you to have it in mind. Now we know all this, let's head to while loop. Remember I said earlier that the while loop will continue running as long as the condition is true. So over here we have the keyword of while, the conditions that are written in parentheses, and the block of code that will run as long as the condition is true. But remember, if the condition never becomes false, it will loop forever, and that is known as infinite loop. Let's assume that I want to count numbers from 0 to 10. Which means I have to be repeating this each time I want to count it. So it doesn't make sense, but while loop enables us to automate the process of counting it to no matter the number we want to count to. To make you understand this, we're going to create a mini sample. So I'm going to write, below it, I'm going to write our while loop. I'm going to write I is equal to 0. And I'll come down here and say I is less than 10. So this actually means as long as I is less than 10, let whatever code that is here continue running. For this, I'm going to say text plus equal to. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Then I'm going to say plus I plus double quote. Then we'll have to write our HTML code of break.